Hi, and welcome back. And I'm Jamie Whitfield with Recovery Matters. And today I have two special guests, Paula Cheney and Dale Robertson. And they are from the Kairos Prison Ministries. Welcome, both of you guys. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Jamie.
And so, could you just tell us a little bit about your prison ministry program that you guys got going on?
Sure, be glad to. Um, Kansas or Kairos Prison Ministry International, known as KPMI, also actually started in the 70s inside the San Quentin facility in California. That was the first inside that happened, and since then, it's developed into three programs. Um, Kairos Inside, Kairos Outside, and Kairos Torch. Inside is just what it says, it happens on the inside. Outside weekends happen on the outside, and then Torch is a mentorship program for youthful offenders, male youthful offenders. Um, the whole purpose of the ministry with the three programs is to bring hope and healing and restoration to the entire family for people that have been impacted by incarceration. Kansas Kairos Outside started in 2005, and I was privileged to be a guest on the very first Kairos Outside weekend, and I've served in the ministry ever since in some capacity.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I really enjoy being in the ministry, having an opportunity to give back. One of the things is, as someone comes and is on a guest on the weekend, they can be a guest only one time, and then they're given an opportunity to serve others and to give back. How the ministry works is we have two retreat weekends a year, one in the spring and one in the fall. And we keep it free to our guests with donations from the private sector, corporations, and also all of our fundraising efforts that we do. A lady needs to be 20 years old to attend a weekend, and she is either impacted by incarceration through having a loved one incarcerated or a friend, or she herself has experienced incarceration.
So, when you say 20 years old, just 20 and older can attend?
20 and older.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Um, I would like at this point to invite Dale to speak about the men's role in our women's ministry.
Alrighty, thank you, Paula. The one thing that Paula mentioned about for the women to be in it, their age group, and also about they themselves. It's not just their loved ones that may be in prison, but also they themselves. But the one thing there is, if I'm not mistaken, they have to be out for a year's period before they can attend a weekend, unless they get it. They can get an arrangement made with their parole officer in some situations, and with our Kansas Prison Ministry, the International. So anyway, it's possible to be able to attend a weekend prior to a year of being out of a facility. But you may be wondering, how in the world if it's a women's ministry, then why is there men involved in the weekend? That's a good question. The men are involved. I kind of consider it as being multitaskers. What we do, we are responsible for the planning, the preparing, and the feeding of the guest and the team members on the weekend, throughout the whole weekend. And it usually averages out to be about like maybe 65 to 70 people for the weekend. So we're there to do that, to make sure that everybody gets fed. That's part of our job, our service, I should say. We also provide entertainment during the meals, and quite often in the process of doing this, we end up entertaining ourselves. But we not only attend to the physical needs and the entertainment means, but what we also do is we attend to the spiritual needs of the guest and the team members. And by that I mean there's times in which the women on the weekend go through a series of talks, and these talks, actually what they do is they build on top of each other. So the emphasis of how they're built is mainly as to structure of how is God really working through these women and through the situations in which they went through. So that's what the talks really deal with. But during these times, what we do is we'll end up praying these women up before they share one of their talks. And then after they give their talks, we pray them back down, because quite honestly, some of these talks are, the team, the ladies on team they're laying it all out there. They're really being transparent. Some of the stuff that they've gone through is really traumatic, and so they're before these people that they don't even know, and they're sharing everything. So it can be really tough on some of the team members. So we're there to pray them up and to pray them down. The other thing is I would have to say that this is the most critical part of what we do as men on the team. And that's just quite simply to serve and love the guest in the way in which Christ has shown us how to love, or how to love us. And it's an honor to do this. And it may very well be the first time that a guest on a weekend has actually seen true love come from a guy. There's a lot of women that we've had on the weekends that, they share some pretty horrendous things that they've been through. So for them to be able to experience true love with nothing attached,
And not to be judged. That's really important.
yeah.
So we're about running out of time, and when is your next?
Our upcoming spring weekend is March 25 through 27.
Okay.
And if you're interested in hearing more, if you'd like to be a guest or serve on team, our phone number is 316-243-6917. And there are people on the other end that can answer any question that you would have.
Alrighty. Well, I just want to tell you guys, I appreciate you guys coming to share your prison ministry and what you guys are doing for the community and others inside and outside. It's just commendable. I appreciate your guys' service. And I appreciate you guys coming here and sharing, what you have to offer people. Thank you.